Do you know what's better than a golf cart? 2 golf carts. This cart has never run since it was bought. Somebody looked at it before and thought it might be a bad motor, but I'm going to take a peek and see what I can figure out. This cart's been sitting around unloved for a while, so the first thing to do is just check and see what the state of charge on the batteries is. So we've got 6 batteries here, and they're all 6-volt batteries. This is a 36-volt cart. So this one is reading at 4 volts, which is definitely not where it needs to be. At 5.8, 5.3, at 6.1, 2.2, and 3.7. So we've definitely got some very low batteries here. I'm going to try to charge them individually and see if I can bring them back. The battery charger for these golf carts is not very sophisticated. It assumes that all the batteries are about the same amount charged, and it just applies 36 volts to either end of the chain and hopes that they're all going to charge about the same amount. Right now these batteries are all in crazily different states, so trying to charge that way is not going to end up in a good situation. Instead I'm going to use, this is actually for remote control cars and stuff normally, but it's got a lead acid profile, and I'm going to use this to individually charge the batteries and try to bring them all back to a healthy state. Some of these are pretty far gone. Being down to 2 volts is not good for these batteries, so I don't know if they're going to come back. But I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. I haven't installed doors in this thing yet, so I had to prop it up on some bins because once I put the roof on, I would be trapped in here, so I'm going to need a way to get out. Doing this side is going to be pretty much like the other side. This foam here didn't raise as much as I'd hoped it would, so the bond here is not so good. And here is not so good. So when I do this side, I'm going to put shims on all 3 edges here. And then later I'm going to come back and probably do some more work to shim some stuff in here. This stuff isn't super important. It is and it isn't. What's really going to hold this together is when I put the laminate on over top of it. But I don't want big air gaps in there because that's going to allow for it to be compressed, and that's going to possibly tear the laminate off. So I do want to, even though if it's not a strong bond there, I do want to have something in there so that it's not a giant void that can be compressed. Well, I didn't press record properly and didn't check that it was recording, so you didn't get to see me do this, but trust me, it was just like yesterday, so you're not missing much. I've put some heavy canvas and some other things on here to try to act like clamps to clamp the roof onto the sides. This is one of these things, it's awkward to clamp and it's foam, and so this is kind of what I've done in the past, is I've used a combination of tape to try to pull things together and weights to try to weight things down. Unlike wood glue, well, I'm going to take that back. According to some things I saw on the internet, if you have a good, nice tight bond between it, the Gorilla Glue does work pretty well, and it's when you've got gaps in there that it tends to shear apart real easily. But like I said, in my case, I'm just really trying to use it more as a compressive gap filler more than something that bonds well. So hopefully this will get the job done. I'm mostly just trying to prevent the foam as it expands from creating even larger gaps by pushing the foam up. Today was a real nice day. It was mostly clear. It was warm and sunny. It was 70 degrees. But now in the last half hour or so, we've got some pretty serious storm clouds rolling in. There's a serious storm warning. I saw pink on the radar, which is never a good sign. And so I've battened down the hatches here. I've taken my kitchen area and not only tarped what's underneath it, but I've also lowered the whole kitchen tent down to a lower setting so it's not going to catch quite as much wind. And I'm now about to go hide out in the tent until the storm is over. So I'm probably just going to hide out there till tomorrow morning. Storm's rolling in now. Shaking this tent all about. Well, today was a pretty good day. Got some good work done, both on the house, did a bunch of computer work, did programming stuff, made good progress on my day job. Had some interesting weather in the morning and the evening and a beautiful day throughout. Tomorrow, looking forward to another productive day.